Everyone looks rich now. And that's the strangest part of all, because when you stop and actually think about it, the math simply doesn't add up. Everywhere you look, people seem to be living lives that should be statistically impossible. New cars parked in front of modest houses, luxury apartments filled with furniture that looks straight out of a designer catalog, constant trips showing up on social media, expensive restaurants, brand-name clothes, the latest phones, the latest gadgets, and all of this happening while wages have barely moved. Inflation went up, rent exploded, groceries got more expensive, interest rates climbed, yet lifestyles somehow got flashier. And that contradiction is what makes so many people quietly uncomfortable, because deep down they feel it too. Something is off. If you take a step back and look at the average income, especially for young adults, it becomes clear very quickly that most people should not be able to afford the lives they display. Salaries stagnated while costs didn't. In many places, rent alone eats up over half of someone's monthly income, sometimes more. Add utilities, food, transportation, insurance, subscriptions, and suddenly there's barely anything left. Yet somehow people are driving cars that cost more than their annual salary, traveling multiple times a year, and upgrading their lifestyle faster than ever before. The numbers don't match the image, and that's not an accident. What you're seeing isn't wealth, it's leverage. It's debt dressed up as success. Credit cards, buy now, pay later services, long-term financing, personal loans, refinancing, overdrafts, and subscription-based living have quietly rewritten the rules of consumption. You no longer need to have money to look like you have money. You just need approval. A swipe, a tap, a signature, and suddenly something expensive becomes affordable because it's broken down into smaller monthly payments that feel harmless in isolation but become suffocating when stacked together. A car is no longer a purchase, it's a monthly obligation. Furniture isn't bought, it's financed. Phones aren't owned, they're upgraded endlessly. Even vacations are now paid in installments, turning memories into long-term liabilities. And because these payments are spread out, people lose track of the total cost. They focus on whether they can afford the monthly amount, not whether the decision makes sense financially. Over time, this creates the illusion of prosperity while quietly eroding any chance of real stability. Social media amplifies this illusion to an extreme degree. Platforms reward appearances, not reality. No one posts the credit card bill. No one films the anxiety of checking their bank account. No one shares the moment they realize their paycheck is already gone before the month even starts. What people share are the highlights, carefully framed moments designed to signal success, freedom, and happiness. And when everyone else sees that, they start to feel like they're falling behind, even if they're actually doing better financially than most. This creates a dangerous psychological loop. People don't want to be the only ones not upgrading. They don't want to feel left out. They don't want to look unsuccessful. So they stretch a little more, then a little more after that. One more payment, one more subscription, one more upgrade, and slowly, almost invisibly, their financial flexibility disappears. They become trapped in a lifestyle they can't easily downsize without feeling like they've failed. The most alarming part is how normalized this has become. Being financially stressed is now considered normal. Living paycheck to paycheck is treated as an unavoidable stage of life. Carrying credit card debt is seen as standard behavior. People joke about being broke while actively financing luxuries that keep them that way. And because everyone around them is doing the same thing, it feels justified. If everyone's struggling, then struggling must be normal. But normal doesn't mean sustainable. What rarely gets talked about is how fragile this entire system is. When your lifestyle depends on uninterrupted income and constant access to credit, any disruption becomes catastrophic. A job loss, a medical issue, an unexpected expense, even a small economic downturn can trigger a chain reaction. Missed payments lead to fees. Fees lead to higher interest. Higher interest makes recovery harder. And suddenly what looked like a comfortable life turns into a financial emergency with no safety net. Real wealth doesn't look flashy. That's the part most people miss. Actual financial security is boring. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't demand attention. People with real wealth often drive older cars, live below their means, and spend far less than they could. They prioritize control over appearance. They value flexibility more than validation. And because of that, they don't feel the need to prove anything online. The irony is that many people who look rich are actually one missed paycheck away from collapse, while others who look average or even struggling are quietly building stability. The difference isn't income alone, it's behavior. It's whether money is used to buy comfort and freedom or to buy approval and identity. One path compounds quietly, the other compounds stress. There's also a cultural shift that feeds this illusion. Consumption has become a form of self-expression. What you buy signals who you are. Your car, your clothes, your home, even your coffee choice become part of your identity. When spending is tied to identity, cutting back feels like losing a part of yourself. That makes financial discipline emotionally painful, even when it's necessary. People aren't just giving up purchases, they feel like they're giving up status, belonging, and self-worth. This is why so many people defend lifestyles they can't afford. It's not about logic, it's about emotion. Admitting that the math doesn't work feels like admitting failure. So instead, the system gets rationalized. Everyone has debt. I deserve this. I'll earn more later. Life is short. These phrases sound harmless, but repeated over time, they justify decisions that keep people stuck in cycles they don't fully understand until it's too late. The truth is uncomfortable but simple. Most people are not affording their lifestyles. They're renting them from the future. They're borrowing time, peace, and options from their older selves in exchange for comfort today. And the bill always comes due, usually with interest. Breaking out of this illusion requires going against the current. It means being okay with looking behind while actually moving ahead. It means understanding that just because something is normalized doesn't mean it's healthy. And it means recognizing that financial freedom isn't about earning more alone. It's about needing less, controlling spending, and refusing to play a game designed to keep you dependent. So next time you see someone living a life that seems impossibly expensive, remember this: what you're seeing is not the full picture. You're seeing a highlight reel funded by debt, leverage, and pressure. The real question isn't how people are affording their lifestyles. The real question is how long they can keep pretending they are. And the answer, for most people, is not very long. And if this made you stop and think for even a second, do me a favor and share this with someone who also feels like something isn't adding up. A lot of people are quietly stressed about money, but don't know how to put it into words. And sometimes a single video is enough to open that conversation. If you want to understand this system better, learn how money actually works, and stop falling into the traps that keep most people stuck, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I post videos here about personal finance, mindset, and real financial education that actually applies to real life, not the fake success you see online. Stick around, because once you see the game clearly, you can't unsee it anymore.